Hello, I'm here to do another video on MP44 magazines and accessories. I've done a very short video before showing a different magazine loader fitting on magazines. I doubt any of these magazines are the same as the ones I've done another video on. A lot of people out there will say that to determine whether a magazine is an original or not, whether a magazine loader is original or not, they won't really fit onto an original magazine. I've shown that this isn't the case, but I'd like to get more into the reasons why why there's always issues with the magazines. So the selection of magazines I have tonight, I have two KUR MP44 magazines, a BTE MP44 magazine, an FXO MP44 magazine, an FXO MKB42 and MP43 magazine, a QLV MP44, another QLV MP44, an STG44 QLV, and another FXO MKB42 and MP43. So early production up until mid-1944, when they were forced to develop jigs and test everything before they were shipped. There was a lot of variability, and the magazines caused a tremendous amount of issues with the rifles functioning. So with these magazines, the MP44s are going to probably be mid-1944 production and later. The STG44 is probably 1945 production, and these MKB and MP43 marked magazines will be somewhere between late 1943 and somewhere into 1944. So if you have a full selection of magazines, you can see that KUR, who is Steyr Warsaw, I believe, certainly Steyr. Now, they got in right from the beginning and were making MKB 42 magazines, and the stampings of where the Waffen-Naps went for testing the body and the functionality were, they set the bar, really. FXO magazines, if you have early enough ones, you can see that the proof stamps were all over the place, and they eventually standardized into what everybody used. You'll find some such as well, QLV is Irma, and again, just like all the later ones, the stamps are in the same spots. Q&Ws will only have one stamp. I'm trying to think, there are others who have two stamps, but they're both at the bottom here. So quality control was always a real issue. So another thing to look at is quality control, even on minor parts such as this, was very difficult to attain. So I'll show you what to look for when you're looking for an original one. So to start off on this, I am uncertain about the finish. I'm not a fan of phosphate. There's no stamps on this one, but it certainly is original. A nice deep blue, but I'm always leery of phosphate. This one almost looks post-war finish to me. So things I look for in original magazines are these indentations for folding the metal right there. Although there were a couple of manufacturers who did make V-shaped ones, the majority are U-shaped, and the datum that was used on original manufacture, some were straight, but the majority again are going to be this folded type. But the datum is this area here. On some of them you can see weld added and ground, or just ground, but this is the datum that they used to see if the magazine fit precisely against the back side of the magazine. So if we start with 1944 magazines, we know that they should fit because they all had the jigs by that point. And so the Steyr ones fit nicely. Sloppy on some, but nice regardless. The BTE, again, fits well. So this is a Haenel 1943 or MP43 magazine, and that one fits quite well. This is a Haenel MKB42 and MP43 magazine. Again, that one fits. Then we go over to Irma MP44. They all fit pretty good once you're late into the war. Another Irma MP44 magazine. STG 44 magazine. They all fit well. But then once we get to this MKB 42 and MP 43 magazine, well, it doesn't fit. And it is the same magazine as this one. So if you're to look closely, you can see that they're actually made on different dies. But it just goes to show that you can have original magazines, and it is not a good test to determine whether one of these is original or not. So you can test as many magazines as you like, you're going to get the same results. They almost always work on mid-1944 and later magazines, but it's indeterminate on earlier magazines. Sometimes they fit, sometimes they don't.